What does it feel like to be a politician for so many years now?
If you think politics is just to hold office, I don't think I would have continued.
A very busy politician, senior government minister.
I looked for the day when I could get out of.
What of your childhood do you miss today?
Sit down in a boutique or a village house, enjoy a kurumba.
As a little kid, did you understand what this was all about?
We've all told that May Day is now a holiday.
Dinesh Gunawardena is our guest today on the show. Mr. Gunawardena, you're here today as my guest in Parliament because of your voters, those who voted you to Parliament. How accessible are you to them? Do they have access to you?
Very much. I am first. I was elected in '83. Then we had the first past the post small electorate. I spent a lot of time with my voters, walking around, Sramadanas, various things, giving government assistance, getting new things from government, getting them involved in activity, different levels of society. The Maharagam represented the most educated people too, with the universities, training college, as well as the working class, the farmers, small groups, youth, traders. So it gave me a great chance of contact. We didn't have the mobile those days.
Yes.
We just had the old telephone system. So we had to go to the electorate, meet the people, attend to their functions or any of their work, associate ourselves with the schools much more closer, report back, trying to set an example, a principle approach to politics, because we did not get involved in petty little politics. I kept away from that. The voters used to come to meet me to my residence. I used to go to my office in the electorate and planned out a program. Later on, I became MP for the district in '89. A fair big uphill task of the PR system, because you don't get elected from one electorate. Maharagama itself could not put me to Parliament. So I had to canvass votes from other electorates. Means I had to keep contact with them.
With more people?
More people, about 5, 6, 10 times.
Oh.
Which is a big challenge. So the systems also have improved, technology has improved. You work with groups, you work with organizations. Perhaps most of the people who voted for me, I have not met. I feel. So I always feel that I should go around, meet them in different setups, different organizations.
But with your busy schedule, being chief government, being minister, and you're stuck in Colombo in the ministry, do you still have the time you would wish to have with your people?
Very much, very much. I try somehow to get to their areas, get to the villages and the cities and organizations, because for politicians, when you hold office, you get a whole non-stop, never-ending invitations for functions. That bites into our whole.
How do you avoid invitations? Or maybe I should not be asking this question.
Difficult to answer, but I mean, yeah, you have.
So you can't say yes to everything.
No, you can't. So one has to have priority.
Yes.
Select what you want to do, where you want to go, which electorate you would like to visit, and which invitation you would like to accept. What would suit my perhaps policies and agendas. That is how the PR system has worked. So, we have gone through the PR system about 2-3 times, very difficult I think for an MP, because you had to not only keep the dialogue, keep the confidence
all round,
and also attend to their issues. More and more voters' issues are becoming personal issues.
Jobs, employment,
even schooling.
and schooling, yes.
They come to the MP for schooling.
Yes.
I mean, this is something I never did. I always kept, even now I try to be a way. I mean, every child should have a school. Why should parents go behind any politician to get
because they want the superior parcel and not the schools in their respective areas.
No,
that's
Kumar,
why they come to you for letters.
No, Kumar. It is not so. Even in their own area, there are so many conditions that have been put by the bureaucracy that the parents have to fulfill. They have to carry their deed. I mean,
to prove
their residency. Carrying the voter registration is not enough.
Yes.
I feel these are all unnecessary burdens of people. Education, free education, let them come to any school. If there is room, let them take. It was so 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was so. We have created this problem like that. So, when one sticks to certain principle, of course, people know this man does not get involved in this, but very difficult because one day you have to get back to them.
But they expect you to help them.
Obviously, they expect.
And you need to go back to them at the next election.
Very much.
So then how do you balance this thing? It's tough.
This is the vicious circle. Every politico gets involved. So we have to once again re-establish principles, policies that politicians work for. This is what I feel after the long batting. I still feel should come.
Jobs. You can't give jobs to everybody who's voted you into parliament. So then there would be a percentage of people who are not happy. How do you handle that?
Very difficult. I think they would support me for the stand I take, for my policy positions I take in parliament and in relation to issues when it comes up. So people vote for that. They say this nothing, perhaps critical, but still vote.
Critical, yes.
Critical, but we must have a man who will stand up in parliament, who represent our views. Most of the left politicos have been so, and they have neglected their electorates. But trying to solve issues personally, I think, is coming to a crisis. Personally, you can't, members of parliament can't solve issues.
No.
So, that is why we have to have a fast growing economy. People must have opportunities, everyone can't be in state service. New concepts must be understood, the old dogmatic concepts must change. Give opportunity to the new generation. They come out of universities, come out of schools, high schools. All these have to be catered to by new policies.
Looking back so many years, are you happy with what you've been able to do for your electorate, for your voters?
Very much. I think voters have a lot of confidence in what I have done and what I have represented and stood for as their man in parliament. I think that is what they really appreciate. He stood for this cause. Maybe not all, but that is something one has achieved.